Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's been over 2 years since the since the last Believe Your Eyes episode that we have. I have about 26 episodes on the channel, but we've been threatening to come back, and we're here. June 16th, 2021. And this is a kind of a little out of practice, but we want to reintroduce ourselves into the community, and we're going to do this every Wednesday night around the same time, about 8 o'clock p.m. And we have Ron Sheckelson and MIDI HC here just with us. Lost. The purpose of this show is really to kind of open everyone's. Good eye now. Can you help me out, Ron? Damn. Introducing Ron Sheckleson. I didn't have an intro prepared.
Well, I'll just say what's up, man. What up?
What up? Yeah, I had my mic muted. I was listening on YouTube. Yeah, we're just getting back in the swing of things. We took a break for a little while, and we wanted to see if we could do a show and pick up where we left off. And thanks everybody for coming. We're not sure what we're going to talk about, but we'll make it interesting. I think we were going to talk about medical things, like treatments for diseases and other topics of the day. So yeah, Mitty, did you want to tell us some of the stuff you did while you were gone? We haven't heard from you in probably about a year. I haven't really talked to you much.
Yeah, it's been about that long. I don't even know. Some people are still counting how long it's been, but no. But seriously, I should open with this. I never really opened up about this a while back. I might as well just open with it. I lost a best friend of mine. I lost my best friend, and he was also one of the guys in my band. He was the main guy in my band, and so before he passed away, that was pretty much all I knew, playing music, and that was kind of my release. And after he passed, I started looking into other things like Flat Earth. I got heavy into it, and I was in the 24/7 Discord, which I hope to be a part of again soon. But that basically kind of Flat Earth was really for me kind of a distraction from what I really needed to deal with, kind of like figuring out my life path in a new direction from where it was going. And that's kind of what I kind of was putting off to deal with, and I think I've been kind of dealing with it a little bit better. And now I'm at a point where I'll be honest with you, I'm a rocker, I'm a heavy metal guy. I always played heavy metal music, and it was hard for me to actually listen to a lot of metal bands the last few years, because it just it would remind me of things in my past, and it would kind of bring me down. And I knew that wasn't going to last forever, but I think I'm now starting to get to a more positive place where I can actually listen to rock and metal and enjoy it. And now I'm actually getting back into my roots, what MIDI HC, for anyone who doesn't know, the HC stands for hardcore, which represents hardcore, metal, punk, rock, those types of music, which is what I'm really into. And of course, the MIDI is the digital part. That's another story. But so I've been going back to my roots, which is really like music, playing the drums. That's what I played in the band. It was called Knoll, and I actually have some songs that I wasn't even able to listen to, but we did record an album before my friend Jake passed away. So I hope to share that with you guys maybe, over the course of when we do the show. And yeah, man, I got a new drum set. I've been really focused on just getting my chops back up and not just playing the drums, but producing music, good music, which is really what I'm all about. So that's what you could look forward to from me.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that. About your friend.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was already years ago. I just never really talked about it, man. It was uncomfortable for me.
Yeah. Oh, well, cool, man. So you're saying that every time that you would, listen to that certain kind of music, it reminded you of it. Oh man.
Yeah. But at heart, I love metal. I love, rock and that kind. Yeah, I know you do. And so I think it's, metal is a very positive thing, and you could really convert your negative emotions into something positive through, art in general, but metal is a very specific type of art and a specific type of music, and it's not for everyone, so I don't expect everyone out there listening to feel the same way about metal. I get it, it's loud, it's whatever, But yeah, man, it feels pretty good to be able to, play music and especially heavy metal. And I've been getting my chops back up on the drums, man. And I just, I can't wait to show you guys some new music,
So you
like
still
real stuff.
you still in the same place? Got your
Yeah.
where your drums are and everything.
Yeah, I still got I never bought a drum set. I've been playing drums for like over 15 years, but I never actually had my own set. I just always was around musicians. I would get, I just got drum sets from like someone who bought a new one. So I had like a hand-me-down kit that was like a Tama Star Classic. It was about like over 20 years old, and it was all beat up, and I just got myself a new Yamaha kit. And I always wanted a Yamaha kit, but this one is also really awesome because it's like nice and compact. It's got a really great sound. I've been recording it lately, and I want to produce like not just like, I've been producing music, like some rap music and beats, but I really want to get in on like producing full band type stuff, rock bands, metal bands, some of my own solo music. So that's where I'm at now.
Nice, bro.
Yeah. And
Hey,
you, man,
welcome back.
you, Helio, man, I've been wanting to do more music with you since we first started, hanging out. So I hope that
send
we
me
can.
some tracks. I'll write some lyrics and.
Yeah, man. That's what I got to start. I got to start with that. So I've actually, let me plug one of our friends here, C, from our server 24/7 Flat Earth Discord 2.0. He has been producing. He put out an album. Did you guys by any chance hear that?
I haven't heard the whole thing, but I've heard a few tracks from it. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you know his style. So I mean, when I heard that album, man, I was just so inspired. Like, it just felt good, man. Like to hear somebody putting out like really original music about flat earth, and he goes into a bunch of other topics, and it's just so badass. And like he put together a whole album. So I've been that kind of inspired me to really play the drums more, and I started playing drums to the album. So hopefully I'll do like a cover or like a playthrough or whatever and release that
That'd
soon.
be cool.
Oh man, it's so much fun. Like the beats are a lot of fun to play to.
Yeah,
So-
and by the way, speaking of the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord 2.0, my channel is just it's not been active very much. I'll put videos out every once in a while, but but yeah, we're what we do here is directly associated with that. We promote that Discord, and I have two channels. One is this one, and the other one is a 24/7 Flat Earth Discord live channel. So it's pretty much the same thing. When I put content out here, I'm putting it out there as well. So it's and so if you haven't been involved with Discord, or if you're new to Discord, or if you've never talked to anyone on Discord or anything like that, it's the best place on earth to talk about Earth. So if you want to join the Discord, there's a link in the description for the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord. This show is really just a bunch of people from there that like to talk about. Most of the time on the 24/7 live channel, we try to keep it with the science of flat Earth and everything. But I wanted to start this back up with Ron and Mitty, because we just kind of have a flow of things. It's not always just flat Earth, which it's like if you get for some reason YouTube doesn't mess with flat Earth too much, except for shadow banning shit. But if you get too deep in some other topics, they might just mess with you, But I think we're going to risk it, because we've talked about some of this stuff before, and all those videos are still up. So, and
I
let's
think
go
we
for
fly
it.
under the radar. As long as you don't have like a huge following and you get on their radar, that's when they come after you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They don't care about 50 or 100 people. When you're getting into like thousands of people watching your stream and lots of shares,
Sure.
then and it's a topic that they don't like, then they put like the shadow ban on you, or they outright ban you if you get too close to something you're not supposed to talk about. Right now, flat Earth is being hidden on the YouTube algorithm, but they're not outright banning people.
It also reminds me I need to record all of these episodes, because if they do get channel, I'll still have all of the.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I wanted to say something based on what Ron just said. So for everyone listening, don't tell anyone about the show. Keep it a secret. Whisper it to your friend, maybe. Don't share the show. Don't like or dislike it. Just keep it on the DL.
Oh, come on. Bullshit. Share it everywhere.
Yeah, I was just kidding. Go ahead, share it.
Yeah, share it everywhere. That's funny, Mitty. Matter of fact, that reminds me, I need to share it on the couple of groups in Facebook.
Yeah, and that's another thing I miss, man. You guys get my sense of humor. I haven't really been able to tell the kind of jokes I wanted to tell, so I'm glad I can do that.
And it's really good to hear from you again, brother.
Since last March, when the stuff really got deep, the whole lockdown in New York, I think you kind of peeled off from, and so did I. Like I stopped really, I started doing other things. Mostly I was spending a lot of time on DLive until that all fell apart. DLive was one of the last ones to go down. It was still pretty free and open up until right before that event at the Capitol building was when a lot of people that was the last line of purging. But just a little bit before that, people talking about the situation with diseases, that was getting DLive channel shut down. Probably about 2 or 3 months before that Capitol building BS.
So what happened with DLive now? Like, what did it turn into?
It's basically like it's a dead website. There's just a few random streamers. All of the major talent is gone. Like all of the big draw that was drawing people in, I'd say 90% of it is gone. So basically you go there and there's like talent, 10 people watching the stream, 20 people, where before it would be in the hundreds, even thousands. Some of the bigger streamers like Owen Benjamin, he would draw thousands at a time. Nick Fuentes would draw like upwards of 15, 20,000 people watching a live stream. He was like a really big draw. But once those guys were banned, there's nobody of that caliber. Everybody, it's just like mediocre streamers with like 10, 20 people.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you got to expect that. It was, I guess, only a matter of time. You kind of reminded me, this is maybe a little bit off topic, but since we're kind of just still catching up from like where we left off, remember we were into that dude, High Impact Flicks?
Oh, yeah. Dave Weiss was on his...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, he's one of the few major guys that's still on DLive. Like, he hasn't been banned. And he had like 700 people watching his stream. And Dave Weiss went on there to flat smack him, just as a guest. And it was like an interview. It wasn't a debate or anything. And I think he was effective. I think he was very effective.
Yeah, David Weiss
I thought that was
really
a really good. I thought that was a really good interview.
And the thing is, he explains it in a very easy to understand way. He doesn't make it overly complex because it's not necessary. It's a simple thing to explain. And if you make it complicated, you're defeating the purpose.
He also has a really good presentation. I mean, he hasn't always had, like, just the past several interviews he's done. If they put him on camera and they can, and he has his green screen and stuff, he's really set up a really decent presentation for everyone. Make and like you said, Ron, made it really simple for people to.
Oh, he's got everything at his fingertips. Yeah. Like every example, you see this is the sun fade out. This is the ice wall. You want to see the ice wall? Here it is. Like he's got everything necessary.
Yeah, I agree with the simplicity thing. I think there are a lot of, and this may be a topic we could dive deeper into later. There are a lot of like approaches that flat earthers take that I think are counterintuitive, and you know, I get a little frustrated sometimes with our own flat earthers. So I'm just venting a little bit, and I think maybe we could turn that into something more constructive. You know, people like David Weiss, people should be taking notes. These are the guys that, like, you know, he's been talking about this stuff for so many years, and he's boiled it down to, like, you know, a science. And no pun intended. And I think we could really get something from these people. And a lot of the, you know, speaking of Discord, a lot of the people on Discord, man, you know, we got Indio in the house. He's deafened, but people like Indio, someone made a request in the chat. They want to hear him more on YouTube. And I agree, but I can't really say shit because I haven't been active lately either. On, you know, YouTube or anything, or Discord. But you know, guys like that, man, sometimes we need to listen more. And I spent a lot of time, even when I was taking a break, just listening, man, listening to both sides of the argument and how we can approach this in the most effective way. So maybe we could talk about that a little more later. You know, not necessarily talking about flat Earth itself, but talking about the approach, or, you know, what approaches work and what kind of things don't work, and, you know, and then maybe that could kind of help people out there that are trying to, you know, spread the truth.
For sure, talking about the impact that it has in the general public when they hear about the flat Earth. You know, because all of us, when we first heard about it, of course, it's like, that's the weirdest shit I ever heard. Nobody thinks the Earth is flat. That's dumb. But with the Discord that we have, the 24/7 Discord, people are seeking us out to ask us questions about it, right? So it's not like we have to go out and, which some people do. I mean, everyone has their own way of reaching out to people, and I do sometimes. So I'll talk about it in public, but not just flat Earth, but it's just, I think that people say, well, some people that are flat earthers don't want to take the label flat Earth, right? Because it's just, you know, I guess it's too controversial or whatever. I like it because it gets people to ask you questions, right? So it's like, all right, so do you think the Earth is flat? Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
I was going to say, calling yourself a flat earther is almost like wearing a kick me sign. If you want to be attacked by everybody,
hell yeah, man! But I'd say bring it on. You know,
it's like wearing a swastika.
Just don't kick me. Ask me questions.
Right. I'll kick some knowledge to you. But it's like, yeah, bring it on. You know, I welcome throwing down the gauntlet. Okay, I'm a flat earther. What? Prove me wrong. Prove to me it's a ball. Like, it sparks a conversation. It's not as bad as it used to be. You know what I mean? Like, some people get physically triggered.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, people are seeking us out now online. They come to the server in droves, man. Freaking dozens of people a day come to the 24/7 server to ask us questions about. Well, they ask us questions about the flat Earth, and then we ask them questions about the globe, and they don't know anything about the globe. So then we have to teach them the globe and why it can't be a globe. So
I have to constantly remind myself that I was in their shoes at one point.
Yeah, me too.
And if I was going to a place to learn more, I don't know if they're serious. Are you guys actually serious? You know, and just out of curiosity, asking questions. It seems now we're getting more people just curious, whereas before it was like 95% trolls.
Trolls, yeah. But now they're really curious about what we have to say. So that's I'd awesome.
Say almost 50%. Almost 50% come there. They're just curious. They want to learn more. I'm like, wow, this is great. So we really shifted it like 10 times the amount of people that were just, they were just outright trolls, 90, 95% outright trolls. They didn't want to learn shit. They just came to troll. And then you get we still have people, like there was a guy, Femboy. Did you hear Femboy the other day? He was there for hours.
Yeah.
And he was just, he was like a co-show. He just doesn't want to hear shit. But Who knows? Maybe
Oh.
after a while. He said his dad is a flat earther, or his uncle. Yeah, I think his uncle. He said his uncle is a flat earther. I'm like, cool, bring him on.
How many people do among those type of people are just, they hear what you're saying, but it's like the information goes in, but I don't know if they can't process it or if it's.
Yeah, I think that kind of ties into like what I was hinting at earlier. I was talking about like this frequency thing. Like it's more of an analogy, but I mean I guess you could take it to another level if you really want. But it's like these people are vibrating at a different frequency, and you know, not and so it's like you're speaking another language essentially. Like there was a guy in there I was listening to 24/7 earlier today. There was a guy, I don't remember his name. And it's like he didn't really have any arguments. All he came in with was his beliefs, but he wanted to hold on to them. So his answers, if I could translate them, he wasn't actually saying this, but if like I feel like I can kind of sometimes read. I've been listening for so long, I could like read their mind. It's almost like he wants to say, look, I have no arguments or justifications for my position. I just think you're wrong anyway, and I'm just not going to believe you. I'm not gonna, look into it. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Yeah, I know.
They're interested enough to want to like come in and maybe poke around a little bit, and they think it's going to be fun, but they're not really in it the way that you see some people, come into it, and they're like, "Wow, you guys are blowing my mind with facts,"
They don't want to hear it. It goes in one ear and out the other. It's like, I'm not listening, blah, 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 blah. I'm not listening. Because you know what it is? Like, I think I was in that camp at one point because when you realize if you actually accept it as truth, your whole worldview is going to change. And some people are not ready to take that step, to have everything that they thought they knew be undone. That's a big step. And I also think carefully about who that I give this to anymore. You know what I mean? I don't just try and red pill everybody.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you sometimes you have to be selective about who you give this information to.
Yep.
I mean, you don't want to waste your time on someone that just really just either over their head or they're just not going to get it or whatever. That's why, it's really cool that people come to us and say, hey, I'm really curious because I hear this topic is pretty hot. What do you have to say? And then when you start talking to them and they say, well, what about this? You give them an answer and then they ask you another question that has nothing to do with the answer you gave them. They're not having a conversation with you at that point. They'll just keep going on to another question. They won't address what you freaking said. And that gets frustrating, but that's okay. We deal with it all the time. But yeah, it's so when we do that, it's actually we're trying to help them. They came to us for answers, and we give them answers, and they give us answers to our answers with another question. Not having a conversation at that point. But anyway. But there are a lot of people, especially a lot of young people that they just, I guess they don't know how to have a conversation yet, but they will. A lot of them do. I mean, dude, we had was it yesterday? There was a 13-year-old kid in here yesterday was asking some really good questions and had a lot to talk about. I think that was yesterday or the day before. I think a lot of younger people, like 13, 14, 15, ask better questions than, the 18 to 23-year-olds ask. They just...
You know what's funny? My brother was watching The Matrix with my nephew. My nephew has been a flat earther since he was 5. Now he's 9 years old. And my brother told me that, the part in The Matrix where he offers him the blue pill and the red pill. He's like, yeah, that guy, Morpheus, he's like Uncle Ron, except Uncle Ron offers you the red pill or the red pill.
Like either
got
way,
a
you're
choice.
gonna.
Get the red pill.
Either way, you're getting the red pill.
Yeah, I don't care. I was like, that was so funny. I couldn't even believe he thought that up. Do you
That's
want the
great.
red pill or the red pill?
At least you give him a choice.
No, man. Here's your two choices: the red pill or the red pill.
Man, that's funny.
Yeah, but you know what? Since he was 5 years old, my brother, I asked him first. I'm like, "Do you want to tell him the truth?" He goes, "I don't want to lie to him about anything." So he told him Santa Claus is fake and the Earth is flat. Since he was 5, and they were doing Zoom classes, because of this COVID shit. They had Zoom classes, and guess what? He's staying with me, my nephew. I put a Gleason's map on the back wall, so he's got this poster of a flat Earth map right in the background. With his camera, he's sitting at his little desk, and he's got the camera on the back wall with the Gleasons.
I was sitting with my nephew one night. I was at my brother's house, and and my nephew knows what I do, because he'll do live streams sometimes, gaming and stuff, and so he knows how to do. And we've talked about a lot of like using OBS and all kinds of stuff. But and he knows what I do here, and he's just like sitting there talking about some stuff, and then he looked at me. He's like, "You really think the Earth is flat?" I said, "No, I don't think the Earth is flat. I know it is." And he didn't have anything to say after. But he's 14 now, so but but this was last year, so
he's due for the red pill. 14 is old enough.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's like well, I mean, I'm not gonna, but his dad. I mean, I talked to my brother. I mean, he's my best friend. So when it's like late at night, it's just me and him. We talk a lot, about it. He doesn't really talk about it, with his family or whatever. But I think he gets where I'm coming from. But he's just not. He doesn't really give that much of a shit about it. I don't know.
The reason I got like obsessed with it is because I realized it's like the only way out of the matrix. When some people need to realize how messed up everything is, like the magnitude of all these lies. Once you realize there's a lie this massive, all the other lies become more digestible. You're like, oh, yep, that's probably bullshit, and that's bullshit. So
yeah, that's true. It's like when you try to convince someone of a conspiracy, like unmentionables, whatever. Some of them are mentionable, whatever. All of the conspiracy theories. I mean, like I could name them: 9/11, freaking the big three, like David used to talk about, David Wise. Those could say, hey, you watched it on the news, you thought it was real, but here's the real deal. Like, but flat Earth is right in front of their face. It's so easy to figure out.
You know what? Too, it's less. What's the word I'm thinking of? Traumatic than something like talking about Pizzagate. You wouldn't go talk to your grandma. Hey, guess what? The elites, all these government officials are doing this, and this to children. Now that's just horrific. You know what I mean? You can't. It's happening. I think it's happening. Like, I don't have the outright evidence, but it's like, you know what? All the stuff that I looked at, it leads to that conclusion that it's probably true. And but that's just to come at people with that is very upsetting to them, and they'll shut down. So like, this is not quite in that camp, but once you get down this rabbit hole, all those other ones are like, oh yeah, I don't doubt it at all. All these Luciferians, all the NASA people were Luciferian. They're all members of OTO, which is a satanic organization. They're all satanic. NASA, all these space agencies. It's all about lies. Everything is an inversion of reality. And that's what they do. They turn the flat Earth realm into a globe. They turned it ass backwards. They turned the stationary Earth into a spinning water ball. They invert every fucking thing.
Kind of like this.
Sanjay, what's up, Sanjay and Jim Lotus? How you guys doing? Thanks for coming.
Yeah, and shout out to if Persian Scribe's still listening. Yeah, shout out to Persian Scribe. He's been part of the game for a long time here on YouTube. He does some live streams every once in a while. I haven't heard him do one in a while, but I'd love to have him jump in, man. Persian Scribe is awesome.
Yeah, I was going to shout out. We got a bunch of people in the YouTube chat. Jim Lotus sent a lot of messages. Who else we got? Yeah, Persian Scribe, shout out to you. Sanjay W, shout out. There you go.
I see Jim Lotus. He's on Flat Earth Walker. He got his channel shut down, so he's on his backup channel. He's trying to get 1,000 subs so that he can live stream.
Hold on, shout out to Dave Hinkle. We love you, brother, but you're a freaking staple. You're in the community.
Don't shout him out. No one has to know about Dave Hinkle. Don't share the show, and definitely not shout out retracted to Dave Hinkle. He's not awesome.
He's not awesome. See what? Okay. I'll drop the link if you guys want to sub to Flat Earth Walker's new channel, so he can get his 1,000.
Oh, they freaking got rid of his channel.
They got him. He was speaking about the corona.
Dude,
shit.
Freaking the government was messing with him, man. In Canada, they were fucking messing with him, man.
News, man. He was making waves. He's been doing good work.
Yeah, he's a solid dude.
Let me see if I can find it. You guys want to take the mic for a minute? I'm just gonna scroll. So I'm searching. Helio. Maybe you guys know.
Since I'm supposed to be the host, I guess. Let's see.
Mitty, you got something?
Hey, we're almost about an hour in. If anyone else wants to join, I mean, I see Morvis and Jenny are in here. Indio is deafened. Indio, if you're listening, unmute undeafen yourself and get your ass in here too. This is our new birth. Like we started this over a couple years ago, and now we're starting it again. We're gonna do this every Wednesday night. And so, yeah, we're gonna go about an hour. We're gonna go about an hour. Me and Ron and Mitty just bullshitting, and then invite new people. I don't want these shows to be more than like 2 to 3 hours, because for one thing, I'm a 9-to-5er, and just puts me up too late. And for another thing, it's just if you have a long, your videos are too long, nobody's going to watch them.
Well, they don't have to watch them, but listen to them. Like the one I listened to of you guys from 2 years ago, like earlier today, I was just doing other stuff, listening to it like a podcast. So, yeah, you could.
I was listening to several of them as well, and I was like, back then I didn't realize that they're actually they're kind of good, I was like, they don't always start well, just kind of like this one. I was really nervous. That's something you could tell right at the beginning when I was opening the freaking thing. I'm nervous, right? But I once I get started talking to Ron and Mitty, and it just kind of starts flowing, it's just kind of, I just need to get, I just need to get a better intro, and then throw it to the talkers, because I'm not a
Hey, I do remember in the very beginning of that episode that I listened to, I think you started off right off the bat. I think you were talking about maps, and I was trying to remember the Mondi or whatever map. I forget the name of it. What's the right name, you guys?
Oh, Monty map. Monty.
Yeah, you guys had that map up. But if you guys have watched the EWAR documentaries, What on Earth Happened, and then The Lost History of Flat Earth, I forget which one.
Dude, Jen, do you have that link for that? Because I've been looking for it and I can't. I know.
Oh, I've got a Google Drive. I've got a Google Drive link.
Well, there. I was looking for that link because a couple weeks ago, people were talking about this playlist of Lost History of Flat Earth.
Yeah, and, it's the whole playlist.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I heard everybody saying it was pretty good. Yeah, send it to me.
I will. Do you want me to just post it in your live chat?
Oh, you can post it in there. Yeah.
And then I'll DM it to you.
So I'm gonna take a look at it, or is it listenable? Do you have to actually watch the video? Because I can listen to it while I'm at work.
Each one is like 6 hours.
No, I'm down with that. That's why I'm asking if it's listenable.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, I can just listen to it instead of like.
Yeah.
I can check out a little screenshot if he says something. That I can go back, just like, ooh, I want to see this. And then,
in my opinion, it can be watched more than once. I think I'm going to watch it again here pretty soon because I'm going to start a new hobby.
You just start a new hobby? What would that be?
Yeah. Well, I only work part-time, and my vehicle payment is just killing me because I'm like super poor right now, but I'm like comfortable and all that, So... the nail thing, that takes money. I don't have money to make more money. So I need something where I don't need any money and put in my time and then make money. So what I'm going to do, hopefully, I've been kind of trying to teach myself, but it's a process, to crochet bags out of plastic bags, which is like the most perfect thing I could do given my current occupation.
It is almost impossible.
So I can ask ladies that I talk to every day in the grocery store and say, hey, do you have any grocery bags you can bring me?
Stationary plane with a
so yeah, I'll make like these standalone kind of like
the trusted voices,
farmers market bags.
Who once
is what I hope to do.
Reality and understanding of the world are no longer.
Yeah, I hope to make it like maybe. If I make $200 extra a month, I'll be happy as a clam.
Is at odds with their fabric.
Hold on just a second. I'm trying to figure out where
the scarring of our land.
You guys can't hear it, but there's audio coming through.
Earth's once majestic giant trees is at odds with the history books and geological narrative. And the
you think it's the YouTube audio feeding back?
Yeah, I clicked on a link and no, it's not feeding back. It's I clicked on a video
and the destruction of our flat realm.
Remember which?
Then how can we trust the official historical narrative?
I can hear it in my headphones, so I just want to make sure
the heliocentric model does not make sense. It doesn't add up. And all it takes.
Hey, by the way, did anybody click on the link from the live chat to make sure it works?
History and the wealth
I would assume it does, but
begin to fall.
Oh yeah.
Let's stir the mind with a few contemplations.
I have the Discord link. If you guys want to come on Discord, we have 22,000.
When a German company combined an electric,
and we're always there. There's always people 24/7.
The drill weighed 16.5 pounds. And required
it's just easier to click the blue one than it is like the one that Helio has scrolling
a company
on the top.
Called Bosch began designing power tools in
But that's where we hang out most of the time when we're not doing a live stream. We're trying to
how did our
trying to get back in the swing of things and hopefully get this built up to where we can have a regular thing once a week and talk about topics. We didn't have any topics. We're just going off the top of our head. Anybody that wants to share something.
Been cut with such precision. Ask yourself, could you repeat this today?
I know they can hear this on a live stream, but you guys can't. I can't find where
and what about the magnificent ancient stepwells of the East?
I don't hear it, Helio.
I know.
I
I
don't
told you that you
Old
can't
wells
hear it,
built
but
by our
everybody else
primitive
can. That's what I'm
ancestors
saying. People on
as
live stream
ways to
can hear it.
preserve the
Son
water
of a
supply
bitch.
during droughts. But look at the intricacy.
You probably have a
and
YouTube video
complexity of
playing,
these structures.
possibly.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
what I'm saying. I'm just trying to
and the
find it because I have so many
finesse.
fucking
Look at the
tabs open.
geometric
It's
precision.
probably in Discord. It might be
Dug out
in
and
like Discord. You know,
crafted from
sometimes you
using
play a
hands.
video in the.
Oh,
right.
maybe that's where it's.
What about the gigantic canal networks we've
Oh, it's a delay. It's
That's
a
where it
delay.
was. That's where it was. Thank you, Mitty. Yeah, it was inside of Discord. Anyway, so continue, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that.
Oh no, we got it straightened out. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, Ron, or anyone listening, that link is actually EWAR. It's the same material, I believe, that's on David Weiss's Sun and Moon Flat Earth Clock app. But they're just fascinating. I can't. Am I coming in weird?
You're okay. Are you making? You said you're making grocery bags, like the cloth bags that people can use instead of plastic.
No, I'm saying I'm going to be cutting plastic bags to make yarn, and it's called plarn, plastic yarn. And then you crochet it into a bag.
Oh, cool. And you know what? I was thinking you could make a flat Earth map on the bag, but it would be too complicated to like incorporate some kind
That
of
would
flat
be more
Earth.
like weave. I think that would be like weaving or something.
Oh
could do
yeah,
that.
or maybe just stitch something on there that's like already maybe a sticker
Hey,
or something.
that's food for thought in the future.
Yeah, something simple.
My mother actually makes really kick-ass purses. I wonder if I came up with something, she'd use it and make me a purse. Be awesome.
Yeah, maybe like a patch. If you could get like a piece of cotton t-shirt fabric and then like an iron stencil, and you could like
actually my mom has this really awesome stitching machine, and I do believe she can use an image and then it kind of does the rest. I don't know a lot about it, but she does some pretty kick-ass stuff. Oh, dude, that would be so amazing. You know, and I'm kind of into purses. I have this one purse. It's a license plate made into like a canister, and it's made out of all recyclable materials. Like the end pieces are like part of the hubcap or something. But it's really, and the strap is made out of recycled tires. It's really badass. I haven't taken it out in a long time. I used to when I was younger. It was like a fashion statement and a defense mechanism. It was really super heavy. But anyway, and my sister got me a coconut purse from like when she went to the Bahamas or some junk. I don't know. I don't remember. And so if my mom can make me a flat earth map purse,
you'll be the only one.
Talk about conversation piece. All I'd have to do is all I'd have to do is go into a coffee shop, set that puppy down on the table, and then somebody might ask me a question.
They would never think Jen would know her like all the stats and shit. They think, oh, this blonde, she doesn't know anything. Let me stump her.
Well, I don't know about stats. I know a few things, but not as much as all of you guys.
Yeah, but you know enough. Like the average person would be shocked. Like, oh shit, she knows her stuff.
Oh yeah. So I was in this talking with some of these ladies, and they kind of brought up somebody just came out and asked me. She said, "Well, do you believe in aliens?" I'm like, I kind of breathed in a little bit. Like, I don't believe what we're told. And I said, I don't believe space exists because it's a violation of the second law of thermodynamics. And they just kind of like looked at me weird. Or I swear it was almost like a fluoride stare. It's like it just kind of went in one ear and out the other. So, yeah. I mean,
yeah. That's another problem. That's like the blue pill thing in the Matrix. The blue pill is the fluoride. I think people are fluoridated and they become easy to mold. Once you're fluoridated, you believe the propaganda of the media. it's easier for you to be molded to do what they want. So that's another.
And who knows what all the junk food that people consume, what that does to the body. I mean, like, especially sugar. I mean, I remember this was like 10 years ago. Dr. Oz had a show, and there was some expert on there, and they were espousing that Alzheimer's or dementia was due to brain diabetes. And that would be more so. Actually, I take that back about sugar in the brain. It would be more alcohol.
Right. But I think. Sorry. Yeah, I think I agree with you there. I think there is like a connection between alcohol and sugar that people don't actually like to talk about.
Well, it turns into sugar.
Right. Exactly. That was what I was going to say.
In the brain. That's where it happens.
See, because that's
where alcohol is processed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's something. That's interesting. But you think about the effects of sugar, and then we give that to like kids, and they act all crazy. And then you look at adults drinking alcohol, and it's like, there has to be some connection. They're both kind of bad for you, so it's very interesting stuff.
Yeah. Whenever I see. It depends on who it is. If I've talked with them before and interacted with them, like on a surface level, and they've got like a shitload of junk food. I said to this one lady the other day, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going to have to peel your children off the ceiling with all the sugar.
Yeah. They act, oh man, children be acting a fool when they get that sugar in them, man.
Right?
Like, for real.
I really like working at the grocery store because I can talk to people in town. So it's really kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And it's like you kind of, I guess you got it, the one advantage of having like this mask thing. I mean, even though they shouldn't be wearing it anymore, it should be over. Yeah. But you still see people. But the people that don't wear it, especially like when it was really like the thing and everyone was doing it, those are the people that you want to kind of like approach first. You know what I mean? It's like a good signal.
Oh yeah, I mean, I never bring it up at work. I mean, because it is my job. But if the customer brings it up first, then it's fair game. And then if they get a little tiny bit triggered, or maybe just a hairpin sense of it, then I just kind of like, oh well, it's have a good afternoon, and then they're gone. So I always shut it down if they're like, I mean, I've been listening to you guys and for 5 years. I know what it sounds like when somebody might have a problem. Wouldn't you agree, you guys? I mean, I've had some people wig out. I've had one or two people. And it's just like, I don't challenge. I tell people right off the bat, if I go topic, I say, well, I never challenge a standpoint on what's going on, but I have heard people say ...
Yeah, that's a good approach. I sometimes do that with people that I don't want to reveal myself as a flat earther just yet. So I'll say, oh, well, the flat earthers say this, or they say that. And yeah, I think that's a nice way to approach the topic without putting a target on yourself.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any opportunity to talk about flat earth at work. It's more about the main topic at hand, everything that's going on. But everybody has to realize, the truth. And some people are waking up because of what's going on now.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, get this. Okay, Helio, I don't know if you ever heard this one before. Okay, so I was talking to this one guy, and he said he was going to go to the doctor and get the jab. And I said, I think he said he got tested and then he was going to go get the shot. And I said, well, sir, did you know that what type of test a PCR test is? I said, it's not like a binary test, like a pregnancy test. They are testing for antibodies. They are not testing for a virus and isolating it. And then his eyebrows went up and he said, are you joking, man? I said, no, sir, I am. And he had no idea. He just assumed when they tested, they were just testing for a virus. I mean, they talk about antibodies all the time in the mainstream media, but, somehow people aren't making the connection.
Well, they're not told the truth about it.
Right.
I mean, look at, have you seen people get tested? That freaking Q-tip they stick in their halfway into their brain.
No, I didn't know.
No, I mean,
stick it up your nose. That really long Q-tip.
Yeah, they stick it. Like, I mean, they do it to kids, adults. They even have drive-through, or they did. I don't know if they still do it, but drive-through testing, like just drive up and have somebody stick this freaking 8-inch Q-tip halfway into your freaking head. Or not even halfway, but like more than halfway. Go ahead, Ron.
Remember, did you ever see those guys? They swallow swords. It kind of looks like that. It's like,
yeah,
holy
it's
shit,
like, and you can see the look on their faces, like, and they're like, okay, it's over. And it's just like, well, can't you just take some saliva? I mean, would that tell you the same? Why do you have to stick this shit halfway up my head? You know.
You know what it is? I think they have something on those Q-tips.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, they're depositing something into you.
Yes, like nanoparticles. They're putting it in a specific region that's right close to the blood-brain barrier. They stick it way up your nasal passage in the back, and when they put it on,
and is that? I'm sorry, Ron. Is that all the tests they do that, or is this is like a specific one?
No. I think the ones where they take the long Q-tip, they open up their little paper package, and it's pre-dusted with whatever nanobots or whatever the hell they got on there.
I've seen a couple of videos where they took that test and you've probably seen it too, Ron, right? The videos where they take that Q-tip and there's little metal pieces on it.
How did they see that? How did they test it? Did they just looked at it?
What do you mean?
Like I mean, you could run it through I'm sure there's sophisticated like scientific you know what I mean, like chromatography, that kind of shit, where they can like analyze. I know they do that with cannabis. I don't know if they do it with
check this out. Here's what it is. I mean, the couple of videos I've seen, which, they're just videos, I guess, I saw on the internet. But anyway, if it was just a cotton Q-tip and they're getting a sample, then they're just going to stick it there and then, and analyze it, through whatever process. And just like Jen was saying, they're not looking for a virus, because you can't find a virus that way for one thing. But
what they don't know is that the sample that's taken is multiplied to an arbitrary number, and so it's just ridiculousness.
Yeah, it's insane. But also, I've seen a couple of videos where people got the PCR test, took the Q-tip, and then found like tiny little slivers of particles, metal particles. They opened it, pulled it out, and then you can see. So really, there's a possibility that they're depositing something into you, and calling it a test.
Would it be necessary to put it up your nose so far when you could just take a sample from right by the edge of your nose? Like, say you got a runny nose, just drip some snot on there. Like, why does it have to be?
Or just put it at the back of your throat. I mean, all of it's mucus, right? I mean, it all comes from the same fucking place.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. You see, putting it on the back of your throat could also deposit what's on there. What if it's a bacterium? Because bacterium are real. I don't think viruses are a real thing. If you looked into the germ theory,
yeah, not the way they describe it. Yeah, I agree, Ron.
Yeah, they describe it as exosomes. Exosomes are viruses, basically, but things that can make you sick are bacteria. You could have like MRSA, like a flesh-eating bacteria. You could have strep throat, which is another bacteria. It's a bacterial infection. That's why an antibiotic works for those type of things. They said, no, a virus. This doesn't work for a virus. You need a shot. No, thank you. I'll pass on the shot.
How often when you get sick, I think we actually talked about this on previous shows, Ron. How often when you get sick, with the flu virus or whatever, they'll just say, all right, well, we're just going to pack you full of antibiotics and we'll hope for the best. Like, well, this is a viral infection. It's not.
You know what I thought of just now, when you're saying that is, remember the TV series House?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Doctor? How he would just kind of not know what was happening and would just kind of by guess try things, and you know what I'm saying? So it's not like the cause was known type of thing. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That gave me an idea. There was a drug that people were taking. It's called hydroxychloroquine, and Trump mentioned. Yeah, you know what's crazy? If people they thought they had coronavirus and they took the hydroxychloroquine, these people also had Lyme disease. They had Lyme disease, but the hydroxychloroquine cured the Lyme disease, which Lyme disease is almost incurable. But I just dropped an article that says MS, multiple sclerosis, and Lyme disease are one and the same disease. And they can be treated. Yes, they can be treated with the same drug. The people that had the Lyme disease, they thought they were sick. They took the hydroxychloroquine. The Lyme disease went away. Now, it's hard to get that drug, but here's a little tip. Here's a fun fact. What is it? Tonic water has, what's that shit called? It has quinine. Quinine is the ingredient that makes hydroxychloroquine.
Tonic.
So you can go
tonic water. Tonic water is that what it's called?
Quinine. Yeah, you got to get the kind with quinine. They don't all have quinine.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yes, now basically that's the main ingredient. If you take the quinine with, say, zinc and magnesium, I've been doing this. It gets rid of any cold. If you got a cold, it gets rid of it. Drink about.
I definitely need more magnesium. That's for sure.
Take them together. Zinc, magnesium, they work in conjunction. They complement each other. Zinc, magnesium with the quinine water, tonic water, it will get rid of your cold. Drink it like 3 times a day. I take like 3/4 of the tonic water and 1/4 of orange juice. I put a little orange juice. It makes it taste less bitter, and it cuts down on.
Oh, I don't mind bitter. I don't mind bitter. I like tonic water actually. And grapefruit juice. Grapefruit juice I like.
Put a little bit of vitamin C in there though. It's good to have them both. With the the juice gives you a little vitamin C, and it just makes it go down.
You know what I found out, Ron? This is really bizarre. I don't know if you knew about this. Speaking of vitamin C and juice and whatnot. Okay, so orange juice in particular, it's pasteurized. So during that process, I forget where I heard this from, so forgive me if this sounds like really crazy. It kills the natural vitamin C when you pasteurize it. And I always wondered why the very last ingredients in orange juice, if you see it, it's citric acid. Well, why would you have to add it to something that already is supposed to have that naturally?
That's weird. You know what I have citric acid for cleaning out my water distiller. It's this powder. You put it in the water distiller.
Yeah,
that's another good thing to have, and it gets that mineral deposits on the metal.
So basically, oh, go ahead, Ron.
No, I was just saying that's how you clean it off, because that stuff is so crusty. It's almost impossible. It's like cement. It's hard to get it off of there. I tried vinegar. I tried other things to clean it. It's very difficult to remove. Citric acid.
Oh, I'd rather just eat plain fruit. I don't drink juice anymore. Moral of the story for me. So yeah, I'd rather consume it naturally, and it's not natural.
What's the name of the powder form of citric acid?
You don't eat the citric acid though, Helio.
There's a powder form you can buy to add to your drinks, and it's not. It's vitamin C,
soluble.
But
it's soluble.
I can't remember the freaking name of it right now. I'm looking. Anyway, continue.
JJ's in the house. We got Job for 9. Shout out. A couple new people dropped in. JJ's an OG. He's like an OG flat earther.
Nice.
You know what, too? Also, I've noticed drinking the distilled water, it helps detoxify. It detoxifies your body. It distilled water. What's that?
You know what, though? I am totally on board with where you're going to take this, but you know what I hate, though? Is everything's in effing plastic, man. Everything.
Well, you can't put it in plastic, John. Don't put your distilled water in plastic because it will
I know,
leach.
but how else am I supposed to do it?
Yeah, you got to get a distiller.
You get a stainless steel or glass. Use glass or stainless steel. I store mine in like these they're like 3/4 of a gallon glass jars. They sell apple juice in them, and I just rinse those out and I store my distilled water. You don't want to. You
can do it in plastic, but just don't let it sit for very long.
No. Don't even do it, man. It will leach out all those chemicals. There's like artificial estrogen in the plastic. It will pull that right out. It depends
on the type of plastic you use.
Well, distilled
I'm
water
okay with having estrogen. I'm just saying.
No, you don't want you don't want more estrogen than you need.
I've gone through menopause. I need it.
I don't think it works that way.
Yeah, because
but yeah, everything's in fucking plastic, you guys. It's insane. It's insane. Gone way past.
If you are going to buy water that's in plastic, you want to make sure that it's been bottled soon, because I drink water out of plastic bottles all the time, but
it's different though. Like I do too, but if it's store-bought,
so far as drinking, I hate that everybody drinks plastic bottles of water. It's insane. Yeah. So I've bought like local honey. It's in our deli department, and it's from a town that's like 30 minutes from here, and it's honey. And so it's in a big mason jar. So I've been buying those for a couple months. Yeah. And so when I make tea or coffee or whatever, that's what I put it in. I mean, it's probably not going to do that much good, but a
little bit of honey in your tea is really good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely what I do.
Tastes good. I always put a little bit of honey in.
And I just bought a mocha pot to make my coffee. I love really super strong coffee.
Oh, that's awesome. Those are the best.
Yes.
That's how the Italians
and then,
do it.
You know, the only time I drink, yeah, exactly. And the only time I drink milk is cream. I have to have cream with my coffee. I mean, if it came down to where it didn't exist anymore, I would still drink coffee probably. But
dude, I can't even drink milk anymore.
I don't usually. The only time is like half and half. That's all I drink with my coffee.
I don't even like. I drink black coffee, but it's like like a bowl of cereal. I can't even freaking eat cereal anymore because I don't think it's because I'm lactose intolerant. I don't think it's because I'm lactose intolerant. I just don't think I'm supposed to drink milk.
Right. That's so bizarre you bring that up, dude.
But I do eat cheese and stuff. I do eat cheese. I love cheese, but I just can't eat a bowl of cereal with milk.
So yeah, I haven't eaten a bowl of cereal in years, to be honest. And so just like today, I just had an old hankering for some cinnamon toast crunch, and I did eat it with milk, but I didn't drink the milk, the sugary milk. Yeah. In fact, yeah. So
I can eat a bowl of cereal, but it'd be like just barely any milk in it, just to get it wet,
Right.
That'd be the only way I'm going to be able to eat it.
But I just don't do cereal. I don't buy a gallon of milk. But I do eat cheese, like you said. I love Parmesan cheese, like the actual, not already grated and
like Parmesan, cheddar, Swiss. I love cheese, but I just can't.
I don't can't already shredded cheese. Do you know what's in it?
Yeah, I do. They put all kinds of different shit in it.
Wood pulp is what they put.
What?
To keep
wood pulp?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not fair because I like to get shredded mozzarella cheese like when I make pizza and like Italian food. And the problem is But how do you shred your own mozzarella? Like if you get like the fresh, you get a block
A
of cheese.
grater, man. It's called a cheese grater.
Yeah, I know, but try doing that with mozzarella. It gets all stuck in like the holes.
Oh no,
and
sure, yeah. Mozzarella is a little bit different.
No,
Go
this
ahead.
is what you do.
What?
You go on YouTube and you search it, and there's probably a dozen people that like to talk about how they do it best.
I know how to do that, Mitty. You take the mozzarella and you freeze it, and then you could grate it. You freeze it.
What?
And you can just,
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
because mozzarella is really sticky, or you could slice it. Like if you're making a like your own pizza, you could slice it with a knife and just lay it on there in slices, or a wire cutter.
I'm looking in the chat. True Prevail says almond milk is great. So, does almond milk taste good with Raisin Bran? Because I like Raisin Bran.
You could. I've never tried it before.
I'm gonna have to try
I
it.
actually was interested in making my own oat milk rather than almond milk. I'd rather make my own. I've seen people do it on videos. And all you need is a mesh bag and a blender. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. There's a lot of creamers out now that are almond milk and oat milk.
Yeah, oat milk is making a comeback. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I never heard of oat milk until I was in Germany, and
It's more almond milk now. It's almost more almond.
Yeah, and then I found out about oat milk. I thought it was like a German thing, but then a few years later, it's been people are getting oat milk latte. Yo, oat milk lattes. I mean, that sounds very pretentious. I get it, but don't sleep on it, man. You should try.
Don't sleep on it.
Okay.
That shit is good.
Okay, so I do believe the only ingredients in almond milk is supposed to be, isn't it water, almonds, and I think salt, and that's supposed to be it. I think.
Maybe a little.
Right.
Sometimes they add sugar.
From the almond juice why not called almond juice? What's it? Almond milk. You know, like coconuts have milk. There's a coconut has the milk inside it, and that makes sense because there's liquid. But are you saying they crush a bunch of almonds until they get enough juice to make like a gallon? That's a lot of damn almonds.
Well, you can do the same thing with oat milk. You pulverize, excuse me, you pulverize it in the blender.
Oh my!
I mean,
nephew.
you can use oatmeal in a bath. It's really, like if you have like skin allergies or something, it's supposed to help with itching.
He was freaking out. I think he lost in his video game. I could hear him pounding on the floor.
Who?
My nephew.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh, he was screaming and pounding on the floor. He gets mad when he loses a video game. He's talking trash to his friend. I could hear him.
What's the next topic? We've got 30 minutes.
Yeah, I got. Oh yeah, go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, you go.
All right, well, I was going to connect kind of what we originally started talking about because I don't want to get too deep into the jab talk, but someone did bring it up, and then we were talking about fluoride. So I feel like the connection there is that what we're seeing now with people that are getting that thing, can I say it? All right, whatever. You know what I'm talking about, who are getting the jab. I feel like it's taking those effects of fluoride and intensifying it. Like that's my impression of, I don't know, have you guys noticed that? Like talking to people that have got it and it feels like something's a little off, like the lights are on, no one's home kind of thing. Is that just
funny.
me?
Well, hey,
Funny.
see, this is like, it's like I don't have a general practitioner to practice medicine on me, so I don't even know what it's like to be like, hey, doc, what should I do? So is that people that do have general practitioners that practice medicine on them? I'm not familiar with that process. So where does that leave you? I'm not saying that allopathy is completely useless, because it definitely has a place.
Hey,
What?
Helio, can you zoom in on the two pictures I just dropped in the live chat on Discord?
Oh wow, Hank
I don't
Aaron.
know if I can zoom in on
That's
them.
an
Let me
old,
see.
it's kind of an old article, but I thought maybe if they could see a big picture of it on YouTube.
Let me check. Let me try.
Wow,
Let's see what it looks
that's-
like on OBS.
That's devastating, man.
Yeah, I just zoomed in on it. And so the first
Nice.
one, it says 2011. This article can't be found anywhere. How ill this amazing lady kept it all these years. Clear the arse out of this.
Yeah.
Zero comment.
Damn.
All right, so yeah, I was able to zoom in on it.
Yeah, that was the
Second
Bill Gates
So there it is.
population with forced jabs.
Wow.
The
And then-
second one, though, dude, that's like a little too much.
Yeah, he was a legend. Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I'm
could let the
seeing
people
I'm seeing
read
it
for
on
themselves.
I'm seeing it on the YouTube channel too. So yeah,
Are you?
that's right. That's focused on YouTube right now.
I see the Bill Gates one, but I'm not seeing the Hank Aaron.
Hold on, I have to click it one at a time.
Okay.
All right, dude, let's go. I can click on that one.
Wait, does anybody know what the Sovereign Independent is?
Now
Is
the Hank
that-
Aaron one is up there on the live stream.
I think it's a British newspaper or something, maybe.
Okay, and you notice it has 9/11 investigator on it. I just had to point that out.
Uh-huh.
What year was
Okay.
that? 2012, I think. That was an older article.
Yeah, that's insane, man. So it's like since 9/11, they've been planning this, man. This is, it seemed like it came out of nowhere. They say it takes 10 years to make an overnight success. So there you go.
It was
Really?
in the Illuminati card game. The whole Corona thing was in there. It was Event
Mhm.
201. It was all in there. And I'm like, wow, what's this? Oh, big deal, dude. They show people wearing the mask and things. I'm like, because they always tell us what they're going to do years ahead of time. They have this shit planned out. And I think what we were talking about now is the fake alien invasion, which is the last card they're going to play. According to Werner von Braun's secretary, I think Werner von Braun had a change of heart before he died, and he realized he was working for the enemy and he wanted to come clean. He put Psalm 19:1 on his gravestone, and he told his secretary.
Man,
He told his secretary that to warn people they're going to try a fake alien invasion. Please warn people it's going to happen. So he told her what was going to go down, and it was her job to tell everyone she knew to get it out there. She's like, look, you guys have to be aware. This is coming. And that's what all this UFO prepping, they're prepping us for it. Just like Event 201 prepped us for the Corona shit. This is prepping us. They kind of have to tell us what they're going to do before they do it for their black magic to work. That's at least what I've heard. So they put it in things like the Illuminati card game, and they drop little clues in movies and things. And then they hit us with it out of left field, just like 9/11 had predictive programming, tons of it. And then it happened many years after.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy how all the clues were laid out for us, and then you look back in hindsight and you just see them staring you in the face, and you're like, "Damn, how did we not see?" Like the alien invasion. Okay, yeah, we knew about Project Bluebeam, but they were like, "All right, guys, change of plans. We're gonna hold off on that alien invasion because too many people know about it right now. So we're gonna do this, and then bam, Corona."
Yeah, I just seen I'm seeing it everywhere. People sharing links with me. I'm like, dude, it's coming. Here, I'll share a link someone just sent me today. So what were you saying, Mitty? What did you find?
Oh,
The alien stuff, the UFO stuff. Like, if you guys could see this link, my friend just sent it to me today.
I forgot what I was saying exactly.
They
What
like
was it?
our news. By the way, nuclear weapons are fake as well. I'll share it on YouTube. I'll go drop the link if you guys want to see the article. It's all BS. So
Like I said, I have two scenes set up. One with our mainstream where it shows the live chat and us talking. but I can also full article.
Yeah, I could actually add something to that alien thing. I don't know if this is connected to this particular story, but I was watching, there's a YouTube channel that I like to watch. This guy does body language analysis, and he's like pretty much an expert at it. And so I liked seeing his reactions to different people who that, we know are lying or guilty or innocent or whatever. It's interesting to see how he analyzes it. So he did one with an alien theme where it was a bunch of people on like talk shows. I think one of the clips was from Oprah from like probably the 90s, but it was a couple of more recent clips in it. And basically from what he gathered from watching these people speak, you would think that it was going to be that they're lying, but he was pretty convinced that the people telling these stories about how they were abducted and saw this and saw that, they actually believe their story. So they're not trying to it seemed like they weren't trying to make it up, but they really do believe that they had some kind of like experience with and encounter with aliens. So that's kind of interesting.
Hey, you guys mind if I go ahead and read some of this article that Ron just posted? There we go.
Yeah,
the title of it is Aliens Like Our Nukes. Aliens like our nukes. Former Intel official admits, claiming that UFOs interfered with U.S. atomic capabilities. And you guys can't see this on the live stream, but people that are watching the live stream can see it. This freaking little disc freaking floating around.
Man,
This is a bunch of bullshit. I know, but here's how the article starts. UFOs aren't just real. They're capable of mind-bending feats of flight and have a keen interest. God dang it! I'm getting old. I can't see these freaking.
Need glasses.
I do have some, but they're. Oh, never.
I only have sunglasses right now. I lost my main pair.
Do you wear your sunglasses at night so that you can? Anyway, so
when I'm doing this show, I wear sunglasses because it makes me feel cool.
UFOs aren't just real. They're capable of mind-bending feats of flight and have been a keen interest in toying with the U.S. nuclear facilities. That's according to an intelligence official tasked with investigating these phenomena. Speaking to the Washington Post on Tuesday, Luis Elizondo, former director of the military's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, AATIP, revealed that UFOs, or whoever pilots them, are fascinated with nuclear energy. There is, in quotes, some sort of intersection between these UAP or UFO sightings and our nuclear technology with nuclear propulsion, nuclear power generation, or nuclear weapon systems. That's what Elizondo told the Post, adding that those same observations have been seen overseas in other countries. Furthermore, these craft have, there's another quote, interfered and actually brought offline the these are such selected quotes, the U.S. nuclear capabilities on more than one occasion, and did the opposite in other countries, put them online. Elizondo spoke as Congress prepares to receive a report on UFO, or to use the military's favored term UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, activity. The report, ordered under the Trump administration last year and compiled by the Pentagon, will neither confirm or deny that these craft are extraterrestrial. According to the snippets revealed by the press last week, that AATIP was disbanded in 2012, and there's no reason. Right? The freaking article's right there, and it just came out. Wait. Yeah, 9th of June. Just came out. This is from RT. But and I trust RT more than CNN.
Yeah, I mean, it's all propaganda, but they're trying to okay, first of all, nuclear weapons, they like our nuclear weapons. If you look into nuclear weapons, they're not real. It's a fear porn. If you see the beam coming down from the center of that flying craft, that's the real weapon. That's directed energy. Directed energy is what burned up Paradise, California. If you guys seen the results,
sure, but Ron, in that article, this little freaking flying saucer. That's
yeah,
not
but they have a vehicle like that. It's called a TR-3B, and it looks.
No,
like
they don't. Not like that. What is that like? A flying saucer?
Really,
there are no flying saucers.
Yeah, there are, dude.
If you see that craft, don't be surprised. It's a man-made craft.
What does it use? Yeah, I agree with that. If that exists,
Germans had one.
Yeah, but it utilizes electromagnetism, whatever, with a certain engine. Yeah, but I don't. I've never seen one, and sure, maybe it's top secret. Maybe they do exist. The UFOs are whatever. No, fine.
Yeah. I mean, because we know space is fake, we know nukes are fake, but we know UFOs like existed, since like World War II in Germany. So you put that together, combined with that we don't trust the government, and this is just, like Ron said. I mean, it's like pure propaganda. What can we get from this? Being woke, or I hate to use that word, but you know what I mean. Like, what can we actually get from this article, or even just a headline from what we already know?
It's just, I mean, look, like with RT and all the other freaking guys. I mean, look at the sub articles. The things that you're linked to about the other bullshit. It's just like I don't even really follow the news that much because it's just I won't say it's a waste of time. It's just these guys, you can just see right through their fucking thin veneer of.
What I was saying though is, like, if you see a craft, right, it looks like something you saw in a movie, don't freak out, because this is the Project Bluebeam. Most people will think,
check this out, Ron. What do you see in movies? Like, you see it in old movies, you see a flying saucer.
Yes.
And this is what's in this article. A fucking flying saucer. Like, dude, in new movies, they have battleships, like, in space.
I get it, but do you notice the beam is always in the center? Like Independence Day, they show it coming over the city, and the beam is turning it's like 9/11. It's pulverizing the building. I'm telling you, like, I suspect they have this technology, and they just prepped us. They prepped the groundwork.
But why flying saucers? It's the most fucking fake thing that you could do.
Okay, but that's Werner von Braun was saying, dude. Like, most people will think it is aliens from another planet. When you put together what Ronald Reagan said, I'm saying, what if that's
I know people are gullible, but come on, man.
This is serious, man. Yeah, they could really use this. They could do some damage. They could do another 9/11, and then this time they don't have to blame an Arab country or some random guy in a cave. They could just blame the aliens.
I guess.
That's what I mean. It's our own government. It's secret black budget within our own government that they would pull. I'm just saying, because they're prepped us with all these movies, right? Going way back to like who's those guys? Flash Gordon and stuff. Those really like the 40s and 50s movies. And then you look at everything, all these flying craft. What do they always depict? A flying saucer. Even when Admiral Byrd went to Antarctica, they called them Foo Fighters. that they were just flying saucers and they were destroying the battleships. I'm just saying, if they do have this, if you were to see it, I'm just telling the people here, it's government made shit. It's man made stuff that they're trying to.
No, sure, I agree with that, but I mean, just like it's just weird that this article shows a flying saucer with a beam coming down. I don't think.
What if they have this? What I'm saying. What if
could
they do
it could be that, but it's just like with all of the other propaganda they put out about space and spaceships and everything. It's like,
but they're not.
Maybe it is a flying saucer. Maybe you know what? Fuck it. It could be a flying saucer, I guess. And it uses electromagnetism to levitate and you know and shoot beams down, whatever. Yeah,
and they're using directed energy. Like people don't think that our technology is this far forward, but what it is like the shit that they let us have, the technology we have today is light years beyond what the government has, their secret black budget technology. They don't let us know what they have.
No, of course not.
We're playing with obsolete stuff. Ooh, I got the newest iPhone. Okay, well that shit's been obsolete for 50 years. They got the best, you know what I mean? The shit they have. They're not going to let us have cutting edge technology.
No pun intended.
Right. Yeah.
Is it no pun or no punt intended?
No pun.
That in California where that house was chopped in half, that with the dew weapon beam, they chopped the house in half. I think probably most of you guys have seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the pictures in a while, but I remember you used to post them a lot.
Well, sure. I mean, when we used to do our show, man, we showed Ron and I used to show plenty of videos of them showing forest fires where the forest was still intact, but the houses weren't.
Right. It's only the house. The house is turned into a gray ash, but the
trees and everything around it. I mean, the whole forest is still there, but all the houses are gone.
How did the forest fire get there without burning the forest? It's like, what?
Yeah, what's the physics behind that?
There ain't no such thing, bro.
So a pine tree doesn't burn, but bricks do. A brick structure will turn into gray ash, but you don't burn the pine needles. Like, excuse me, what world are we live? Is this the reality we live in? And then people can't see it? Like, wait, this was a brick house, dude. There's nothing left of it. Like, even all the bricks are incinerated. What's happening? How did this happen? There was a good channel called Mental Boost. YouTube deleted his channel. He had the biggest inventory of directed energy weapons, like all the results of the directed energy. It was a gold mine. I downloaded a lot of it on a hard drive, on an external hard drive, but his channel's gone. So I used to be able to link people to it, but not so much anymore.
Wait, all of our videos talking about it are still up on for now, and
I know, but it was a good treasure trove. If I wanted, I mean, because they had stuff from 1963.
Like that's just kind of like the Black Swan. I mean, when you see like a place where all the houses are gone and they call it a forest fire, but the forest is still there.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I mean, we have evidence that obviously the houses didn't burn down because the forest was burning, because all of the trees are still there. The houses are gone.
Yeah, I think they're using some kind of induction. Like, I don't know, maybe Ron, maybe you read more details on, but I feel like they're using some kind of induction method to like do this, because like that, you need some kind of conductive, like it uses electromagnetism, and I think you can only have something conductive. So like something like a tree, that would explain why it wouldn't be subject to the same effects. I don't know. That's my theory.
Well, the Hutchinson effect, it uses like a Tesla coil, a Van Graph generator, and a microwave. And if you ever put like a paper plate in the microwave, it doesn't catch fire. It doesn't get hot. But if you put aluminum foil in the microwave, you got sparks everywhere. And that's what I think is happening. Like it's just really selective. The fires are selective.
Yeah, I
Where
think
the
it's
trees are-
similar.
Yeah, the trees are not catching fire, and like wood, things that are wooden that should light, they're not catching fire. But like metal objects are burning, bricks are burning.
That doesn't. No, bricks are dirt, basically. Just
Okay,
mixed
but
up dirt.
Your fireplace is made of bricks. You could burn all the logs you want, and those bricks will never burn. You could keep that thing lit for years. You ain't gonna burn those bricks.
But we'll get into it another time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, well, yeah, let me just add one more. So maybe this will add some more context. So induction heating, this is from Wikipedia, is the process of heating an electrically conducting object, usually a metal, exactly what we were talking about, by electromagnetic induction through heat generated in the object by eddy currents. So I'm not going to get into the whole article, but I think it definitely, has something to do with electromagnetism and, like you said, a Tesla coil. I think it's induction that's like the mechanism, but that's just like, I don't know, speculation.
Well, actually, there's a guy, Dutch Sense. He actually caught it on his live stream. I'm going to send you some pics of some of the old pics, like the UFOs or the flying saucer. There's a vehicle that was hit with something strange, and then people caught these images. Dutch Sense caught a beam coming from Oregon to California, and it only showed up in the infrared light spectrum. He caught the dude on camera.
Shit. So if you have an infrared camera, you can actually see it, but otherwise you can't even see it.
Ron, I think I remember I had seen you show a screenshot of that in the Discord or something.
Yeah, his is still up. Dutch Sense's channel is still up. I can link the video.
It's insane, dude. It's just insane.
I mean, he was doing a live stream about earthquakes, and then he was checking stuff out in infrared because there was lots of smoke. There was fires and there's lots of smoke. Sometimes the smoke will make the beam visible too. The way, when the beam is passing through the smoke, it excites the smoke molecules, and you'll be able to see what you normally couldn't. But it tracked all the way up to Oregon from California, right where the fire was happening. Like, what are the odds of that? And he sent it to the Pentagon. He's like, hey, look what I found. You might want to check this out. Who do you think's doing it? You know what I mean? Who do you think's
Dude,
pulling?
I would not have done that. That would never cross my mind to do that.
Well, he's naive. He doesn't know that the government itself is doing this shit. And you know what they said? They blamed it on Russia. They said the Russians and Chinese have satellites in outer space with directed energy weapons. So they're trying to use it to probably start World War III with them. They'll blame China or Russia or Iran or somebody. Somebody will get the blame. Or maybe UFOs. Maybe space aliens will get the blame. Oh, it was them all along, right? It's the guys from Mars or wherever they're from, Uranus.
Damn.
Well, they're going to pull it. They're going to pull this thing. So we just got to be ready. I mean, our community is pretty well aware of this stuff.
Yeah, that's how they're going to establish a one world government, because they're going to get the whole world united against this alien attack. I think that's been their plan all along, and that's how they're going to pull it off.
That's actually what Ronald Reagan said, that exact same thing, a speech to the United Nations. He said, if the world was under attack from an alien force from another planet, we would put our differences aside and join to fight this common enemy. It's like, holy shit, dude, that's the one world government blueprint. That's how they're going to do it.
Yeah. And then when the smoke clears, everyone thinks, oh, now we're all great. It's going to be disguised as world peace. Like, once the one world government is, they're going to sell it like it's literally world peace, and everyone's going to be so happy. And it's really going to be, now everyone's screwed. It's a one world government.
Yeah. As far as that flying bell or the aircraft, I mean, I wouldn't put, like, if you looked into, what's his name? Victor Schauberger, he invented something. They called it the flying bell. And I'm thinking, like all the stuff that we looked into, I wouldn't put it past them to have this technology. They're probably using an aircraft that looks like this big jumbo jet with a laser beam turret on the front. It could be something like that. I don't know. But hey,
Yeah,
Helio, are
who
we
knows?
past our time limit? Did you guys want to wrap this up?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to keep them short so that, people can go back and, when you listen to a podcast or like a show, you don't want it to be like more than like 2 or 3 hours. And, and then maybe we'll get to a point where we're doing two days a week, since they're shorter. But that's I think, I'm just happy that we're doing it and we're back in it, man. Shout out to everyone listening. Feels good to be back.
Yeah, I want to try and find that video with Dutch Sense. I'll share it with the chat on YouTube if you guys want to check it out. He clipped it and he made it like a shorter section. Oh yeah, Helio's going to be back in a minute. He's just having a quick smoke break.
Okay.
If you want to take it for a minute, Mitty, I'm searching through my menu, so like you can handle this for a minute.
Yeah, that's perfect timing. I wanted to give a shout out to Truth Prevails. Truth, how you been? I know I haven't been around, so I have no excuse, but just moving forward, and I'm here. So we're back. We back in this. So good stuff.
Oh, I found it. He's got these clips here. These are only like 40-second clips. I'm gonna put them in the YouTube chat. And I'll put them on Discord too, so you guys could see it. He caught this shit on his live stream, Dutch Sense. And this is going to be the fake alien invasion. I'll drop them on YouTube in our live stream there. Let's see. Here's the video. Let me see. Clipboard. There we go. One. Yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. It was kind of like last minute, but thanks for stopping by. These are the two vids with the beam weapon caught on his live stream in the infrared spectrum, and you can clearly see it was going all the way from Oregon. So nobody's going to see the craft or whatever the hell's hitting them. They're not even going to know what hit them. They're shooting it from another state, even.
Did you post it? I didn't see it.
I posted it on YouTube. I'm going to go drop them on Discord too. I just dropped it for our guys on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Here's the two vids. They're only like 40 seconds each. He chopped them down. And then we could share the screen. He shows the beam coming from both directions. From the south, it was coming from like the south upward into California, and then one coming from Oregon down into California. They were hitting it from both angles. Yeah, this was pretty crazy. And he has like 400,000 subs, so this was reaching a big audience.
Well, how was he viewing this stuff? Like, what kind of equipment is he using?
He was like a government website. He was tracking the fires. There was fires in California, so he reports on earthquakes, but he was also covering the fires. He's like, oh yeah, there's some fires going on. He goes, it's hard to see the satellite image with all this smoke. He goes, let me try the infrared, because he saw something. He saw it show up on the radar. Like he goes, what? Did I just see something? So he started trying to look at it in all the other spectrums. He put it on infrared, and then boom. He goes, what am I looking at? What did I just see? And then he started screen sharing it. He's like, you got to see this. I got the full clip where he's like doing it, and he's like freaking out. You could hear like the excitement in his voice.
Wow.
Yeah, let me get that one too, because that was really telling. That one's like 20 minutes. I don't know if anyone wants to watch it, but it was. I'll link it to you.
Yeah, you should definitely share it. It reminds me of like almost like the Matrix when it like flashes and you see like the green and it's like static. That's weird, man.
Now, what would you think if you didn't know any of this technology existed? You would believe it's aliens from another planet with their flying saucer and shit, and they would go for it. They would totally go for the hey, we need to make friends with China because we need all of our military force to repel this high-tech enemy.
Yeah. Well, Truth Prevails brought up a good question. I was kind of curious myself. Why would the government provide access to tech that would allow you to see such things? Yeah.
Well, no, it wasn't like it was a private company.
Okay.
Here's the stream. He tells you where he was watching it. Like if you watch the stream, it might have been like the Weather Channel or something. You know, like
live.
And what was he thinking it was a satellite, or is that what they're claiming it is, or are they saying weather balloon?
Oh, what's actually shooting it? I don't know where the beam is coming from, but the thing is, we have NORAD, and NORAD watches the airspace, so they're responsible for anything up there doing damage to America. It's their job to prevent it. So if they're not preventing it, they're the ones doing it. In my estimation.
Yeah, or at least complicit in some way, like what happened on 9/11.
Right. 9/11, they totally knew what was up. You're telling me they thought it was airplanes? I mean, if people like us can figure it out, do you think people that are like, that's their whole job and they have the best surveillance equipment, they can't figure it out? Come on.
Hey, how many people that you talk to know that there was a hurricane off the East Coast?
I knew there was, dude, and that's
during 9/11, right?
Yes, you need the hurricane is essential to make what happened actually happen. It charges the air particles with the electrostatic field. That's the equivalent of a giant Van de Graaff generator. So all those particles from the hurricane, they put a static charge all through the air from New York City, and it's a combination of fields. They call it a field effect. So unless you have all these things together, it's not just the microwave, it's not just the laser, it's a field effect. It requires 3 separate fields. The microwave with the electrostatic field, that's what does it. Strange shit happens. And I actually got a video where there was a guy vlogging, right? He was a doctor. He's in his scrubs, like the hospital scrubs, and he was doing like he wasn't live streaming because you couldn't live stream, but he was vlogging. He had his own little camera and he was like making a video vlog, and he wanted to go help. He's like, does anyone need any help? I'm a doctor. Is anyone injured? He was just going to volunteer. Anyway, he witnessed the building collapsing. He turned his camera to it, and you can see, and like you don't hear anything. You just see the building crumbling into dust, and it's not making a sound. And then I fast forwarded through it, but the guy was caked. You know, like the cloud of dust enveloped him. It was pitch dark for 2 minutes. He comes out of it covered head to toe, every inch of him in dust. He could hardly breathe. The air is filthy, and he's still filming, but you didn't hear a sound. It's eerie. It's very eerie. The guy's probably dead now because he breathes so much fucking dust. But if you guys want to see that.
Yeah, I remember that video. It's really creepy because usually, like in the movies, you have all those special effects. Like even Independence Day when they blow up the White House or whatever, in like that climax scene. Yeah, there's like, cinematic effects, but seeing it like that, so brutal with no sound, it's just like. And seeing the before of what he looked like first, and then he's like he looked like a mine worker like 2 seconds later, like he just came out of a coal mine or something.
Helio, can you play this video on your live stream for the people so they can watch it? It's only a few minutes, like 3 minutes, I think.
I can.
Maybe before we end the show, I think I'm going to drop the link. The link is in the chat.
I can play it, but they would hear the audio, but you won't. But the one you just posted.
Yeah, I just posted it on YouTube if they want to like put a bookmark on it so they can watch it later in detail. But this video, you could skip ahead a little bit to the part where it's collapsing. Like I was just explaining like what Judy Wood described in her book, Where Did the Towers Go? But if you skip ahead like to the, I don't know, halfway in, you could see the building coming down. There's a fireman. The fireman said, stay away from any high-rise buildings. And just after he gets that out of his mouth, the damn building starts coming down within like seconds. It was like, yeah, skip ahead a little bit, and where he's to the fireman, you might be in the part where he's covered in dust. You do not hear the building explosions or anything. It just starts coming down silently.
Yeah, I have the audio muted, but
that's fine. If you guys want to watch it on YouTube, there's the link. I dropped it.
You put it in the YouTube chat?
I put it in YouTube, yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks.
So anyway, did you want to wrap it up? I think we went about 2 hours.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh yeah, I just had one question for Ron. Wait, is that Judy Wood actually speaking?
In the beginning, that's her. Yeah, I have the videos. Like, if you want to see the videos, I think I put them in the description. All the video links that I got this from.
Yeah, I'll have to dig into that. But yeah, I never actually saw like a video of her speaking. I only like saw her her book, like stuff she writes.
I've got all of her videos. I've got a nice collection, and I'm surprised they're still up on YouTube because her theory, like what happened, is the most plausible one. Like, she goes down all this, and she doesn't even claim what did it. She doesn't say what did it, but she just shows you, okay, I've seen this effect. I've seen this happen before. What could produce this effect? You know, the cause and effect. What could produce the result that we're seeing here? Could it be a bomb? Could it be thermite? She's like, I've seen this before. It's called the Hutchinson effect. I've seen this phenomenon happen. So she just puts two and two together and lets you come to the conclusion. I like that way of teaching. And then that way she's on, I didn't say what it was. And she's like, there's hot directed energy weapons and cold directed energy weapons. So the ones we saw in the California, like Paradise Fires, those are hot directed energy weapons. And then we have cold ones like we saw on 9/11, where things like paper didn't burn up, but vehicles are look like they're on fire and they're burning without necessarily producing heat. It was just a really weird thing because the paper's not burning within the car. It's just weird shit. It's hard to explain. I mean, using the word burning, I don't know what other word to use. Is it fire? Is it burning? Or is it some other reaction? It appears to be another reaction because in the reaction, in the field effect, they have metal that turns liquefied, but then he touches it right after he turns the device off, and it's cold to the touch. It turned into a liquid form without heat. So it's just, I don't know how to explain it.
I'm going with induction. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, but induction does make heat. Induction makes shit hot. It's a magnetic, and it makes it really hot. This is something different because I could show you the sirens on the police cars on 9/11. They weren't even melted. If you had a normal car fire, they would melt the sirens on the top. And then the heat is localized. The heat affected zone, like the back quarter panel of the car, is turned into a black ash.
Right, but the plastic on the roof is just fine.
It's not melted. It's not affected. Yeah. The heat rises. The heat rises. Yeah. If it was hot enough to turn the rear quarter panel of the car into what looks like a blackened, burned newspaper, right? It totally degraded the metal structure. But then right on the door seam, right where the edge of the door seam, there's no change in color. The paint's not burned. There's no heat affected zone. It's like, how does it transition from that much heat to no heat at all? 1 millimeter apart. This is so hot, it's turned the metal into charcoal. And then a millimeter away, the paint's not even discolored. That doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah. Hey, Dave Hinkle, I noticed you joined. Do you want to say something, Dave?
Hey guys, I just want to suggest the live stream's dead. If y'all want to keep talking, you should just end this and go over there.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we're about to end the show anyway, and we were just. This is just our. After 2 years,
we put on a good show. It was good stuff, man. I like listening y'all talk. So.
Yeah. Hey, cool, man. Thanks, Dave. Glad you're in here. But yes, we should go ahead and end this. we can
We'll
jump.
wrap it up. You guys, we can go to 24/7 Flat Earth Discord if you guys want. We'll hang out like
Yes,
the
what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that. I'll drop a link if you guys don't have it already for 24/7.
Yeah, this is really kind of just a branch of that, because we totally support that, and it's my other the 24/7 live channel. It's going now. I have two computers. I live stream from this one with this show, and I have another one going with the other show that's always going. So yeah.
See you all over if anybody wants to come. Peace, everybody.
Hey, thanks, Dave. Thanks for your support, brother. Saw you in the chat, bro. So anyway, I guess we're gonna end this first
Helio,
thing.
I want to say thanks for letting me join in the conversation. It was really fun.
It always is, man. Ron and Mitty are freaking heroes.
Yeah, you guys are great.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm just so glad to be here. I'm glad we're doing this. I hope we continue on a regular basis and build our fan base back up again, because we really had something pretty nice before.
Yeah, and I think we'll definitely want to keep the 8 p.m. Central Time Wednesdays, but we can have some specials too that we do every once in a while if anyone wants to do that inside this server. The show ideas, if you just tag me in there, show ideas, whatever, with articles or people that you might want to be involved here with interviews or whatever, just post it in the show ideas inside the server, and then we can try to get them in here.
Sounds awesome, man.
Rock and roll with it.
Cool. Yeah, who was that you were talking about just now?
Me?
Or just in general?
Oh, Yoshi just showed up. Better late than never, Yoshi. He dropped in at the end. I was going to have Yoshi. We need to have him come on with MIDI, because Yoshi is also a badass guitar player. He can play guitar like Eddie Van Halen, dude. He's fucking awesome. So
damn.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yoshi is the man. Yoshi and MIDI and Helio are all musicians. You guys, maybe we could have a show like that where they cut in and play live music and stuff on the show.
Hell yeah.
It's hard.
They're awesome.
It's really hard to do it live with Discord because of the lag.
Yeah.
Well, maybe one by one. You guys each do one part. You know what I mean? Like you play a part. Like, hey, I'm going to play this piece. I'll play this piece. Like you play one by one. Like do a solo.
Sure,
yeah, I would love to play some drums. That would be cool, because I actually have in my studio, I got a laptop, I got all the microphones running into my interface, and I could probably select that in Discord, so you'd be hearing it straight from like the drum mics. So we could try that out. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we could try that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Nice. A little drum solo. I'm not really like a solo guy, but I've been practicing and just taking it more seriously. Like really with the drums, I went back to the basics and I kind of like just pretended like I never played before, because I've been kind of, I haven't been consistently practicing. And once you forget everything and you just approach it fresh, that's when you really start you just start getting better, because your ego gets in the way and you're like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I've been playing for this many years, I'm a rock star, all this shit. But once you
can get rusty if you don't freaking practice.
Yeah, man, you know what I mean.
It's like I was driving around the other day and I was just like, I'm like, I'm a singer. I can play guitar, but I'm really a singer, right? And I'm afraid to pick up my guitar, because it's just like you actually really have to practice a lot to keep going, and I guess it works the same way with vocals, but it's a little easier for me. It's because I don't know why. It's just like I do have to. I should practice more, but I'm originally a singer, so I like guitar. When I play guitar, I suck at it. I just feel like I suck playing guitar. But even compared to someone that's brand new at playing guitar, I mean, they'd be like, "Oh, you're pretty good."
Yo,
like,
Helio,
no,
did you check
I
your
suck.
messages real quick? I sent you a DM real quick. Check in there. But yeah, guys, I think we did a good job tonight. Just getting our feet wet. I think next show we'll be better prepared and maybe have some material ready to go, because I was kind of like, I came a little bit late and I didn't have everything set up.
And to be honest, yeah, me too. And I just wanted to kind of get everyone introduced to the new show that we're going to be doing every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. So yeah, we're going to keep on this thing, and then we might have specials. If we can get some line up some interviews, we can set that up too as well. So yeah, I think it's a good thing that we're getting back on track. And what?
Anyway, yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. If you guys got a final comment, I'm all set. But if you want to say your piece, like Helio, Mitty, Jen.
I think I'm out of material. I think that's why we're cutting the show short. I got nothing else. I said I poured my heart out today, so I'm glad whoever was listening, glad you listened, and just good to catch up with my homies.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys showing up, making Flat Earth great again.
I'm gonna give a quick shout out to my people. I think I see JJ Hempcrete. I see Yoshi in the chat. My buddy JJ from way back. He's been a flat earther. Yoshi One Up. Awesome man, talented. Truth Prevails. I think he was in our Discord. Let's see. I don't know who else is there. There's 14 people, but I don't see him. Shoney stopped by. Who else? Job for 9 stopped by. I don't know if they're lurking or there.
Let's see if I still have this video pulled up that I was gonna play when I thought my shit sounded good. I think I still have it pulled up.
JJ can get a wrench. JJ is an OG. You wrench up JJ Hempcrete.
All right. There's this video. You guys won't be able to see it here, but if I still have it pulled up, it's freaking hilarious, and everyone here can go watch it on the live stream if I can find it, and then we'll end the show with that. Find it.
I got good news, Helio. You got 2 more subs tonight.
Hey, dude.
Nice.
You're inching up. You're inching up to that.
Hey,
1,000.
but check this out. After we end the stream, it will. I mean, it's late. A lot of people will watch it tomorrow too. So, let me find this freaking video. You guys are gonna on this video.
Yes, I'm excited.
Let me find it. That one, two. I think I'll pull it up, and then we're gonna end with that. I'll let you know when I'm playing it. A Facebook video, that's why it's hard for me.
Well, I guess while you're doing that, I'll shout out to anyone else we said Yoshi, but I want to say a special shout out to Yoshi. What up? Hempcrete, JJ, and Syzygy has been kind of politely hiding out in there, so I see you.
Syzygy, he's a globy.
I love that word.
He's our resident globy.
Yeah, I didn't want to call him out or put him on the spot. We're not going to challenge you or anything. I just wanted to give you a shout out, and
he can be a glober.
That name is impossible to pronounce, just like the globe is impossible to prove. How do you? I'm not even gonna attempt. That's wise. I don't even know.
Dude,
It's definitely a hilarious word.
Mitty, you're gonna love this video. If I could
He's got 3 Y's in there. Like, what is that?
Yeah, WTF for sure.
Well, technically, it's the alignment of the astronomical bodies of the in the solar system during
which
the,
I think we all
eclipse.
saw 2 years ago.
Well, I mean, how do you pronounce that mess? Like, how did you say it, Mitty?
Syzygy.
Syzygy.
Yeah, but you're adding an I. I don't know.
Wait, no. Oh shit, he did spell it wrong. Syzygy.
That is a good word, though.
Syzygy.
Syzygy.
He's laughing now in the chat. But anyway, yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Next Wednesday, we'll be here again at 8 p.m. Central Time. And I'm going to show this video. And everyone that you won't be able to hear it on Discord, so go watch it on the YouTube, everyone in here. Because it's pretty badass. Thanks everyone for showing up. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
Happy Independence Day!